FDIC.
For over 50 years, Rosebud Wood Products has been serving America's cabinetry needs. Family-owned and operated, with employees who have been a part of the Rosebud family for decades. They're big enough to handle any job, yet small enough to make sure your project matters. Quality doesn't cost. It pays. So pay the Rosebud Factory and Showroom a visit today. Or visit us online at rosebudwood.com.
First Premier Bank has deep roots in South Dakota. Our ag bankers are homegrown experts committed to helping you find the right financial solution for your operation. With extensive experience in the industry, First Premier offers flexible options and local decisions designed to help you today and for generations to come. Find a First Premier Ag Banker nearest you at firstpremier.com/ag. First Premier Bank, investing in your growth. Member FDIC.
This your place?
No, I live with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you hungry?
No, I just had a bite.
You want a corn dog or something like that? Mom! Corn dogs!
I'm good.
Mom! Corn dogs! You never know what she's doing in there. Mom!
He really needs to get a place of his own.
At Madison Regional Health System, your unique needs and a positive healthcare experience matter. We are proud supporters of area sports and are here to meet the healthcare needs of our athletes and their loved ones. From routine healthcare to unfortunate sports-related injuries, our compassionate healthcare professionals are committed to providing quality healthcare close to home. We are honored to be your healthcare team and happy to help keep you in the game.
First Premier Bank Free Plus Checking gives you the freedom to experience life, to enjoy the things you love, and to breeze through checkout lines with free mobile wallet features. Bank anywhere you want with online account opening and instant issue debit cards. Feel the freedom of no fees, no minimum balances, and no unpleasant surprises. First Premier Bank Free Plus Checking. Apply online or at any branch location. First Premier Bank, member FDIC.
First Premier Free Plus Checking lets you bank how you want. Online with leading-edge digital money management tools, or in person with financial guidance from our expert bankers in 14 locations. Free Plus Checking from First Premier is more than an account, with no hidden fees and no strings attached. It's banking how you want it from one of the nation's strongest community banks. Open online at firstpremier.com/free or at any First Premier location. Member FDIC.
At Heartland Energy, we're more than your hometown power provider. From reliable, affordable energy to innovative programs and services, we are your community partner. Our economic development programs support local businesses through rebates, low-interest financing, and other incentives. Our Power Forward rebates help you save money when you purchase energy-efficient products for your home or business. We are Heartland Energy. Power with purpose.
At Dakota State University, we are rising. Rising to shape the future by solving the most critical challenges across technology, security, and sustainability for the betterment of humanity. Rising to meet critical workforce needs with cyber-savvy graduates who never stop learning. Rising to master the technologies of tomorrow in computer science, cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. Rising to lead the way as a nationally renowned STEM university, shaping a more advanced and secure future for all.
This is the DS Universe, a place where your world is what you make it, where your next chapter is written by you, and tomorrow is reinvented today. Welcome to the cutting edge of tech-powered, student-focused higher education. All here in Madison, South Dakota. This isn't science fiction. It's Dakota State University.
First Premier Bank has deep roots in South Dakota. Generations of ag producers have relied on our homegrown lending experts to help them grow and transition. With flexible solutions and local decision-making, you can count on First Premier Bank to meet you where you are, in life or in the field. That's how we've grown into one of the nation's strongest community banks. First Premier, member FDIC.
For over 50 years, Rosebud Wood Products has been serving America's cabinetry needs. Family owned and operated, with employees who have been a part of the Rosebud family for decades. They're big enough to handle any job, yet small enough to make sure your project matters. Quality doesn't cost. It pays. So pay the Rosebud Factory and Showroom a visit today. Or visit us online at rosebudwood.com.
First Premier Bank has deep roots in South Dakota. Our ag bankers are homegrown experts committed to helping you find the right financial solution for your operation. With extensive experience in the industry, First Premier offers flexible options and local decisions designed to help you today and for generations to come. Find a First Premier ag banker nearest you at firstpremier.com/ag. First Premier Bank, investing in your growth. Member FDIC.
This your place?
No, I live with my mom.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you hungry?
No, I just had a bite.
You want a corn dog or something like that? Mom! Corn dogs!
I'm good.
Mom! Corn dogs! You never know what she's doing in there. Mom!
He really needs to get a place of his own.
At Madison Regional Health System, your unique needs and a positive healthcare experience matter. We are proud supporters of area sports and are here to meet the...
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dakota State College University Fieldhouse, where tonight we have Frontier Conference Volleyball. We have the Dakota State University Trojans and the visiting Valley City University Vikings. My name is Tom Farrell, and joining me tonight on this live stream is Mr. Braxton Locker, Alumni Relations Director here at DSU. Welcome, Braxton.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you share with us this Wednesday evening a live stream of this Frontier Conference volleyball match from the DSU Fieldhouse on the beautiful Dakota State University campus. The host Trojans continue to receive votes in the latest NAIA volleyball poll, but are not currently ranked this week. The Trojans are bringing in a 9-5 in their season, currently 5-4 in the conference. The Valley City Vikings are 6-8 on the season, 4-5 in the conference, and we'll talk more about these two teams as we go into the evening.
Tom, just to give you an idea tonight on how competitive this Frontier Conference is at the national level. This week's NAIA National Volleyball Poll has 3 of the 12 conference teams ranked in the top 25 and another 2 receiving votes. The 3 ranked teams are the University of Providence, who's number 3 in the country right now, Bellevue University out of Omaha, Nebraska, the number 8 team, and Carroll College is the number 24 team of Helena, Montana. Dakota State and Montana Tech of Butte, Montana are both receiving votes as well.
And it's interesting, in our last home stretch, Dakota State did defeat Carroll here, and it actually been not only receiving votes, but it had ranked earlier in there. We'll take a look real quick at some of the players that you might be looking for. First for Dakota State, Sophie Tuttle is leading the team in kills. She has 147 kills. That's 3.4 kills per set. In the assists per set area, it's Maddie Langrock, the senior setter, 529 assists. That's averaging 11.0 assists per set. Digs and digs per set, Kate Van Rooyen, 226 digs, 5.0 digs per set. Total blocks, Lauren Cloth, 34 blocks, 0.8 blocks per set. And services per ace, That's Kate Van Rooyen, 17 service aces, or .4 aces per set. And reception, Sydney Wathen, 177 receptions.
Yeah, you know, if you look at this group of DSU leaders, team leaders, you look at a lot of different valuable girls that bring a lot to this team. Not only their passing is really well, but they've done a phenomenal job blocking this year. Their defense has been incredible, and that just aids into their offensive attack and getting, you know, Maddie Langrock has done a great job of getting the ball into the right girls' hands at the right time.
Very definitely exciting team to watch, and as we look forward to things here, taking a look at last week, Valley City hosted 2 other North Dakota Frontier Conference teams and won both of those by match scores of 3-1 by in terms of the match scores. They defeated Bismarck State, which is a newer team into the Frontier, and then Dickinson State, a team that we're very familiar with from our days in the North Star.
Absolutely. Both those teams are very good competitors, and Valley City had to play really good to defeat both of them, obviously in those 3-1 sets.
Dakota State had their first taste of travel to Montana, first opportunity to fly to a volleyball match in the history of Trojan volleyball. Back when I was coaching, we were in station wagons, not even vans sometimes. So anyway, they went out and they played Providence, and they got beat. But again, we got to take a look that Providence is number 4 in the country. So and they're sitting 9-0 in the Frontier Conference and lead the conference. And then they ended up playing Montana State University Northern. They lost to them also by a score of 1-3.
Yeah, you know, Tom, both of those schools are extremely competitive schools that haven't been a common competitor for the Trojans, right? New conference, new group of ladies that they have to play, and I think it's really interesting. Obviously, being in Montana as well is a different story, but it's really good to see us continue reaching out to new schools and seeing how that's continued to help us improve.
The whole Frontier Conference for everyone has been different. Of course, we had the trip to Arizona for our football team.
Yep.
And then for homecoming, again, came back and had Southern Oregon here for homecoming, and both of those were victories for the Trojans.
Yeah, definitely new opponents, but I think it really is going to give us an upper advantage when you come to postseason time, because I think we'll be battle tested. We played a lot of good teams, and that'll help us in the long run.
Another thing with the volleyball that I know, I listened to the preseason press day that they had, and all of the schools were very excited about the fact that they all have 11 home conference matches. Yep. And with 12 teams, they made a determination they would play home on home with each of those. And I think, again, not so much for us because we didn't have a real problem getting home matches, but I know the Montana schools were just elated with the fact that they could have 11 home matches.
Yeah, for sure. I know those girls and those teams have traveled for so many years to different venues and different things, and that's really helped them improve. But there's something about being at home. There's something about playing in front of your fans, and you can't take away that experience.
Very definitely. Well, these two teams obviously met last year as a part of the North Star, and interestingly enough, they split. Home team won in each of those, and that home court advantage is certainly something. We're going to step aside. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Back in 60, and we'll take a look at the conference standings.
At Dakota State University, we are rising. Rising to shape the future by solving the most critical challenges across technology, security, and sustainability for the betterment of humanity. Rising to meet critical workforce needs with cyber-savvy graduates who never stop learning. Rising to master the technologies of tomorrow in computer science, cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. Rising to lead the way as a nationally renowned STEM university, shaping a more advanced and secure future for all.
This is the DS Universe, a place where your world is what you make it, where your next chapter is written by you, and tomorrow is reinvented today. Welcome to the cutting edge of tech-powered, student-focused higher education. All here in Madison, South Dakota. This isn't science fiction. It's Dakota State
Welcome
University.
back to Dakota State University, home of your DSU Trojans. We're here tonight between the Valley City Vikings and your DSU Trojans. Let's take a look at the conference standings right now. In the lead is the number 4 team in the country. That's Providence College. They're 9-0 and 16-1 overall. Your second conference team is Bellevue out of Omaha. They are the number 5 team in the country, 7-2 in the conference and 11-3 overall. Montana Tech comes in at 4th, ranked 19th in the country, 6-3 in this Frontier Conference, 10-5 overall. Carroll College receiving votes is 6-3 in the Frontier at 11-6 in the overall. Montana Tech, a surprise here, are not ranked or receiving votes. They're 6-3 and 8-7 overall. Dakota State University comes in at the next spot. They are receiving votes, 5-4 in the conference, 9-5 overall. Montana Western is 5-4, 7-9 in the overall, 5-4 in the conference. The Valley City Vikings, they are 4-5 in the conference, 6-8 overall. Dickinson, who is receiving votes, is 3-6 in the conference with an overall record of 7-7. Mayville State is 3-6 in the conference, 5-9 overall. Your Bismarck State is 0-9 in the conference and 2-12 overall. And rounding it out is Rocky Mountain at 0-9 in the Frontier Conference, 1-13 overall.
Thank you, Braxton. And now our Frontier Conference, Dakota State University welcomes all student athletes, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA and the Frontier Conference, we are committed to the true spirit of competition and being champions of character demonstrated through 5 core values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that everyone in attendance and listening tonight abide by these values and create a positive environment in which our student athletes may compete, our officials may work, and you, the spectators, will enjoy. The Frontier Conference would like to thank the following corporate partners for their continued financial support: BSN Sports and Nike, Cooper Tire and Tire-Rama, the D.A. Davidson Companies, Irk Hotels, First Interstate Bank, Billings Clinic and Logan Health, McDonald's of Great Falls, Northwestern Energy, PBS and the Harrington Bottling Company, Snap Mobile, Winwan Technologies, and the Montana Army National Guard. Uncommon is calling. And do not forget to download the Frontier Conference app in partnership with Snap Mobile. The app is free to download. Just search for FC Sports in the App Store on Apple or Google Play Android. And thank you for listening and enjoying tonight's contest. Also, talking about apps, the DSU app is out there, and you can go and look for the Go Trojans app either in the Google Store or the Apple App Store.
You know, Tom, tonight is Faculty and Staff Appreciation, and we appreciate you as a faculty member of Dakota State University, long time, and now emeritus faculty member of DSU. Thank you for your service.
Well, and still an adjunct. 1 course a year is all the old guy can handle, it seems like. So, no, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we'll get a good turnout of our faculty and staff. They do a great job of supporting our athletic programs here on the campus. Well, let's talk a little bit about Valley City University. As we said, they're located in Valley City, North Dakota. Former members of the North Star with us, and way back into the Dakota Conference that was developed after the SDIC folded. As we said, they're 6-8 on the season, 4-5 in the conference. They have wins in the conference against Mayville State, and they have wins against Rocky Mountain, and they have wins against Bismarck and Dickinson. So those Bismarck and Dickinson matches were matches that were held last weekend. So we do have the Vikings coming in with a 2-win streak after their weekend performance. On the outside of their conference, their opening match, similar to what Dakota State was early in their season, both these teams have played Dakota Wesleyan. Dakota Wesleyan did defeat Valley City 0-3 in sets, and that was a match that was held up at Valley City. They also participated in a tournament and won against Morningside University, but had losses against Oklahoma Wesleyan, Northwestern, of course, which is a perennial NAIA power, but they went 2 out of 3 with them there, and then Missouri Valley College. They also had a JV contest against Jamestown, which we don't have the results on.
Yeah, you know, as you look at their schedule, it seems like they started the season on a little bit slower end, and that makes a little bit of sense, some non-conference stuff, some new travel, but they've really started to pick up the steam. You know, winning 2 lately, but a lot more competitive matches, a lot more, you know, taking close defeats, but continuing to prove, and you're seeing that as they're continuing to win more games.
So you want to talk about the Trojans a little bit there, Braxton?
Yeah, absolutely. The Trojans this season are 9-5 with a 5-4 conference record. In the conference, they have defeated Bismarck State. They defeated Carroll, Rocky, Montana Western, and Montana Tech in that 4-game just absolute domination of the Frontier, but have lost the last 2 against both MSU Northern and Providence. Outside of the conference, they played some really tough teams, but also started the season really hot. That first tournament of the year, winning games against Missouri Valley, William and Penn, and Doane, all in 3-0 straight set defeats. Having a little bit of trouble there with Dakota Wesleyan, losing in 5 sets in a really close match here at the DSU Fieldhouse. But an overall really impressive season. The DSU Trojans just got to continue to make the right strides in the right direction.
That Dakota Wesleyan match is probably one of the most fun matches that I've ever had the opportunity to call. It was definitely back and forth and could have gone either way. And, of course, we have rivalry with Dakota Wesleyan. You know that from snapping against them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dakota Wesleyan, a great college in Mitchell, but they do a fantastic job of producing really good athletes. And I think that's what makes it so fun. 2 perennial South Dakota NAIA schools that continue every year to beat up on each other, and I don't think you could ask anything more for a rivalry game.
Even though they're members of the Great Plains Athletic Conference, both of us were initial members of the South Dakota Intercollegiate Conference and battled back and forth. I remember back in the days when I was a student, they would end up locking the doors in basketball, men's basketball, because we were at capacity in the field house. The court ran the other way, and we seated close to 3,000 at that time. So, well, let's take a look. I had an opportunity to get some comments from Coach Amy Veenhoff about tonight's matches, and she is looking at the fact that the Vikings have different setters running their offense this year, and I think Coach Veenhoff is maybe kind of happy about that because they graduated Sadie Hansen, who was their 4-year starter, 4-time All-Conference, 2-time Conference Setter of the Year, and was a 2-time All-American. For those of you who are not familiar with the sport of volleyball, that setter is really the equivalent of the quarterback of the volleyball team.
Yeah, absolutely. They play a critical role in how well the offense and how smooth the offense runs. We both know the importance of having a good setter, somebody that can put the ball on the tape for them to swing away all night long, and Valley City had a really good one in Sadie Hansen.
They do have back some of their senior attackers have returned. You'll be hearing about Macy Phrygian. She's a senior middle hitter. Danielle Hagler, another middle hitter. So they've got 2 pretty good middle hitters at all times. I expect that'll be where a lot of their offense will get generated. Morgan Frige is a senior right side hitter, and Emma Lucas are players that they'll need to defend.
Tom,
go ahead.
Tom, really good teams always tend to run a lot of their offense through those middle hitters that open up the 2 right and left outside hitters. And that's what Valley City They're going to run it through the middles tonight, and DSU's got to be ready to be really good on defense and get some high hands and some touches on some balls.
The other thing that Coach Wienhoff is concerned about is their number 9 libero, J.C. Richter, is a senior. She leads the conference in digs per set, so she covers that backcourt really, really well, and is second in the entire nation with 331 digs. Coach Wienhoff says we've got to be sure we attack and serve away from her.
Yeah, absolutely.
The coach is hoping that she can come out with her Trojans and connecting well offensive tonight and win the serve and pass game. We talked about the importance of the setter, but if the setter doesn't get that good pass either off a serve reception or off of the defensive hit, there's not much that setter can do.
Yeah, absolutely. A really good volleyball mind once told me that, Tom, if you can't pass, you can't play. It's the number one thing in volleyball. Got to be able to make a good pass, and sets up everything else within the offense.
Before we get underway, let's take a look at some of the upcoming events for DSU athletics. We'll talk first about the cross-country team, and cross-country on the 4th of October, which will be this Saturday, head back into action down at the Briarcliff Open in North Sioux City, and that's a 10:15 a.m. start. And then they'll run again their second time in the Holiday Inn Express Classic, Holiday Inn Express Classic in Sioux Center, Iowa. Next home volleyball matches are tomorrow night, and we'll talk more about that later. In addition to that, DSU football goes to Montana Tech. Talk about that one, Braxton, a little bit.
Yeah, DSU Trojans are going to have a really good competition of the number 5 NAIA ranked team in the Montana Tech University, and they're out of Butte, Montana, so we'll be taking a crew down there, flying in a private jet, and cheering on our Trojans. As at least one of them sitting to my right here is getting to go with one of the fans.
Well, it was a great trip to Arizona. Your shirt certainly set you aside when you were in Arizona there. So let's talk about our officials. They're on the court right now, and we have, as our first referee is going to be Greg Thompson. His second referee will be Lori Thompson. On the lines will be Scott Wagner and Brooke Albertson. So PA announcer Coach Hardy is about ready to lead us into the national anthem, so I will pause and honor America. And as they say, we're about ready to play volleyball here. We'll be taking a look at the starters. We'll go first with Valley City. Number 1 is their first player. It is Macy Fijian, senior outside hitter from Bismarck, North Dakota. Next is number 8, Molly Bonjoy. She's a freshman outside hitter from Grafton, North Dakota. Next, we have Danielle Hagler, senior middle back, 5'9", from Kando, North Dakota. Next, we have Anika Pojui, freshman middle back from Sabika, Minnesota. And then next for the Vikings is Emma Lucas, a senior outside hitter, Argosville, North Dakota. And Madden Wagroff, number 25, freshman from Moorhead. Head coach Michelle Melkjohn, assistant coach Jaden Wilson. Now for your home Trojans, can you see that first number? Number 4 is Maddie Langrock, our senior setter. We might as well talk about number 2, the libero for the Trojans, and that is Kate Van Royen. She's a junior out of Dakota Dunes. Then we go to number 7, Sydney Wathen, Rapid City freshman, playing that defensive specialist position. Then we go to number 9, Macy Wathen. Macy is a middle hitter, 5'9", junior out of Rapid City. Then on to Sophie Tuttle, outside hitter, 5'9", North Sioux City, South Dakota. That would be, again, the Dakota Valley team. And Sophie is a sophomore outside hitter. Then we go to number 18, Lauren Cloth. She's a middle hitter, freshman out of Brandon, South Dakota. And then Tristan Morris, an outside hitter, right side from Windham, Minnesota, is number 20. In her 17th season, head coach Amy Veenhoff. Her assistant coach is Alina Harkins. And graduate assistant is Ashley Hill. So the Trojans wearing their white jerseys tonight with dark blue numbers, easy to read for Braxton.
Yep.
With the exception of the libero, and Kate will be wearing dark blue. As we look at the Valley City Vikings, they're going to be in their black jerseys, trimmed with a little red and white in there, white numbers, black shorts, with the exception of their libero. And that is J.C. Richter, who we talked about as a part of the pregame show. So teams have been introduced. Public address announcer has said, let's play volleyball. 2 coaches meet in front of the table. For those of you maybe not familiar with volleyball, if you're joining us for the first time, we talk about a set, and that is that or part of a game, I guess we could refer to, goes to 25 points, must win by 2, and our match that we're working with is a match of best 3 out of 5 sets, and something I've never understood, and that is why that 5th set only goes to 15 instead of going to 25. That sneaks up on you in a hurry.
Different game, too, with obviously having to switch mid-set. You see that usually in between sets where the teams will switch benches, switch sides, but in that 5th set, they actually switch middle of the set.
For those of you on the web with us, Dakota State will be on the right side of your screen. They are in the white jerseys, Valley City in the black jerseys, and welcoming their libero on for tonight's match. So this is Frontier Conference Athletics on the campus of Dakota State University in the DSU Fieldhouse, where it's the Valley City Vikings who won the toss and will have the first serve. And the first serve is being handled by their libero, J.C. Richter. 3 deep, the setter protected there off of the serve. It's brought over. Langrock sets to the middle, and let's get things started with a kill off of that first set. And picking up the kill for the Trojans was number 18, and that is Lauren Cloth.
Good pass, good set, good swing for the first point there for the Trojans.
So 1-0 is our advantage. Serve across in there by Danica Wetzel. Outside hit hard by Phrygian for the Vikings. Ball up. Out of the left side and down. A great kill in there on that right side hitter. And that was, I hate ponytails, that's number 13, Emma Lucas.
Snuck it right in down the line there and just out of the reach of our libero, Kate Van Royen.
So we're tied, 1 apiece. Back serving now is Delaney Clark. The Trojans try and tip it over, and it goes into the net. That's Tristan Morris. So Valley City has their first lead of the set, 2-1. Vikings continue with the serve. This is number 4, Delaney Clark with the serve. Outside hit deep into there, taken by the Trojans. And again, out of the middle, will take it. That is Lauren Cloth picking up her second kill. Deep into there, importantly, the second point for the Trojans. We're tied at 2. Back serving now, Kate Van Roren, the libero. Good serve, handled well by Valley City. Oh, they end up having to free ball, a little miscommunication. And up into the rafters, however, well played by the Vikings. Back set by Langrock, blocked in there was by Frigden, and the hit goes out of bounds, so that will be Trojan point.
Yeah, Tristan Morris there on the attack from that right side does a good job of hitting high off the hands and getting that block to go out of bounds.
Another serve across in there for Kate Van Royen into the middle, and that goes out of bounds. That was Frigden with a hit from the middle, and so that should give the Trojans their 4th point, right? Yep, there it is on the scoreboard. All right, next serve comes across, set to the outside, partially blocked at the net by the Trojans. Outside again, good hit in there by Bruflat for the Trojans. Nice double block, however, handled well defensively by Valley City. And must have been a net violation.
Yeah, it looks like we got into the net there. Unfortunate as a good long rally to start that point. However, it'll go to the Vikings as a net violation on us.
So the 4-3 Trojans lead. Back with the serve is Schumacher for the Vikings. Well covered in there by Danica Wetzel on that. And getting out of that left side, a tremendous job by Maddie Frigden, and that is a point. And we're tied 4-4, third tie of this first set. Next serve across by Shoemaker, and that goes out of bounds, so that'll be a point in the side out of the service air. 5-4, Trojans lead. Back with the serve now is Reagan Van Roren. She's a defensive specialist who serves and goes across the back row. Nice serve. And that's going to be 4 hits on the Vikings. Just that ball just floated across in there.
Yeah, it did, and I noticed right away both Van Royens are really attacking that Valley City defense with their serves.
Nice pass up off the Van Royen serve, and that goes out of bounds, but there was a touch. So the point will go to the Vikings of Valley City. So we're 6 for the Trojans, 5 for the Vikings of Valley City. And back with the serve is Hannah Weiland. She's a senior out of Daisy, North Dakota, or Daisy probably. Right-handed server brings it across, passed up well. Langrock tries the back set, and that's going to be 4 hits as it hits the top of the ribbon. We're tied again. That's the 4th tie in this first set. Expected an even match as these teams split last year, and assuming we'll see some good volleyball yet tonight. So 6-6 is our score, set number 1. Serve comes across, brought up well. Langrock sets to the outside, taken over in there by Bruflat. Back to the left side of the Vikings. Come back to Bruflat again. Vikings set, and over the double block, sprawling quickly to get it was Kate Van Roren. And that is the first lead that the Vikings of Valley City State University have in this first set. So it's back with the serve by Weiland, ball up, set to the middle, well played, and we're going to call an illegal hit on the setter. We don't see many of those in college volleyball, but...
No, you don't anymore, and you used to see it a lot more often, but not quite anymore.
So we're tied at 7 apiece. We're in our first set. And speaking of 7s, this is Sydney Wathen, number 7, back with the serve. She's the freshman out of Rapid City. Right-handed serve comes across, well passed up. Set to the left side, and that goes out of bounds on the hit by Bonjormidi. And so a point for the Trojans. Lead now in this first set, 8-7. Next serve is across, ball is up. Set to the middle, and partially blocked, but down into the Trojans' court. We're tied at 8.
Evenly matched between both teams right now. You see both of them may be struggling after their block gets a touch to get the pass, but good job by both offenses to swing hard.
Back with the serve now is Annika Pulji. Ball is up, and going to be 4 hits as that hit goes into the net for Sophie Tuttle. We don't see her miss many of those. 9 for the Valley City Vikings, 8 for the Dakota State Trojans. And back with the serve is Annika Pulji. Ball's over and quickly blocked back by the Vikings. And that's going to be a 4-hitter on the Trojans. So 10 for Valley City, 8 for Dakota State. And the Vikings continue with their serve. We're only in the first set. Passes up. Langrock passes over and picking up out of that left side. Great job by Tuttle. We said she doesn't miss many, and that was proof.
Yeah, she came back there with vengeance on that swing, getting that ball down and turning it over side out to the Trojans.
So 10-9 Viking lead. Serve is across by the Trojans' Watton. And play down hard. Good size hit from the right side. Kill picked up in there by Danielle Hagler. And a 2-point advantage for the Vikings at 11-9. And back to serve is Madden Bangenreef. She's a right-handed server, brings it across. Langrock sets to that left side to Tuttle. She's quickly blocked, taken back over again quickly by the Trojans. Deep into the backcourt, Langrock with a little set and brings it across. So Maddie picks up her first kill and great court awareness. 10 for the Trojans, 11 for the Vikings, and that brings Maddie back to the service line. Serve comes over, brought up quickly, set to the middle, partially blocked at the net. Langrock saves it, and
hammer down.
What a job by Maddie to get up there, bring that up, and hammered down in there by Lauren Cloth. That's her second kill of the evening, and we're tied there, Braxton.
That's a good start for the DSU Trojan offense, coming back from the early mistakes that they made.
And ball brought over, and an overpass, and again, that's Kristen Morris, that right side hitter, sophomore out of Windham, Minnesota, picks up the Trojans' 12th point. 12-11, set number 1, and Langrock with another serve deep into the backcourt. Set to the right side, and that's going to be on the antenna. That hit by Borgi, and so momentum shifted.
Yeah, for sure. Valley City has kind of struggled here with Maddie Langrock's serve. She's been dialing it at that back.
So 13-11, Trojan lead. Langrock with another serve. And not necessarily the kind of pass they're looking for. Looking for a touch, and there was by the Valley City Vikings. So what was a deficit of 2 has turned into a plus for 3 now for Dakota State. It's 14-11, all because of the serving of Langrock. Free ball back over, they bring it up, set to the backside, and that goes long. Amazing, everything long, everybody wants a touch.
Everybody wants a touch. Everything DSU is screaming touch, and they are going to overrule it and call a touch.
Oh my goodness, they did. So we pick up our 15th point. And Valley City, their coach, takes a timeout. So let's step aside for 30 seconds, back in 30. And welcome back to the Dakota State University Fieldhouse on the Dakota State campus in Madison, South Dakota. Braxton Locker and Tom Farrell with your play-by-play of this Frontier Conference match. We are in set number 1. Trojans were down by a score of 8-10 and have rallied back to take now a 15-11 advantage. They were tied at 11s. Coach, go ahead.
A couple early mistakes there by the Trojans, but then they rallied and got that momentum back to their side.
So Langrock continues with her serve, ball over, set to that left side, and that goes out of bounds. Again, unforced errors right now are certainly hurting the Vikings.
Yeah, for sure. They just haven't been able to get in a groove. Even when they seem to be in system, it just something is not right.
Langrock rips the top of the net. That time, no doubt about it, as out of that middle position, the ball was blocked by the Trojans down onto Valley City side. So 17-11, beautiful double block set by the Trojan defenders. Langrock's next serve comes up. They're going to try that left side and block, but hands weren't turned as the ball goes out of bounds, and Maddie Langrock's time at the service line is over, but the Trojans picked up a substantial lead, leading 17-12. Back for the Valley City serving is J.C. Richter. Serve is up, Langrock sets, taken over. Not a hard hit, but a great hit in there by Sophie Tuttle, and found a little bit of an open court, so the point side out goes to the Trojans. Now up by 6, 18-12. Remember, we go to 25 for a set, but must win by 2. Back with the serve now is Danica Witzel, ball up, and that's going to go long and no touch, so the run continues for the Trojans, 19-12. Witzel back, the freshman out of Baltic, South Dakota. Right-handed server takes the serve. It's a soft serve, but too soft.
Yep, just a little too soft there in the net, but Valley City has got to take control of their offense and stop eliminating the errors. They've done a really good job when they've been in system and been swinging hard right down.
Delaney Clark now back with the serve for the Vikings. Set to the middle, and no doubt about that one. Lauren Groth picks up a kill. That's her 5th kill already in this first set. 20-13, 5 away from the first set victory. And back with the serve is Kate Van Roeren, the libero. Serve comes across, it's up, set, and just tapped over. Van Roeren saves a nice one there. Outside hit, played well by the Vikings, and mishit again by Phrygian into the net. So it's 21-13. We are in set number 1, and the Vikings use their second and final timeout of this first set. So we will step away for 30 seconds, back in 30.
For over 50 years, Rosebud Wood Products has been serving America's cabinetry needs. Family owned and operated, with employees who have been a part of the Rosebud family for decades. They're big enough to handle any job, yet small enough to make sure your project matters. Quality doesn't cost, it pays. So pay the Rosebud Factory and Showroom or visit today. Or visit us online at rosebudwood.com.
And welcome back. Frontier Conference Volleyball tonight. It's the Valley City Vikings out of Valley City, North Dakota, being entertained by your Dakota State University Trojans, Madison, South Dakota. Trojans receiving votes in this week's NAIA poll lead this first set by a 21-13 set. Tom Farrell and Braxton Locker here with your play-by-play. And it's the Dakota State serve, and it's Kate Van Roeren. 21-13, Dakota State has the lead. Gets the signal from first referee, takes a couple of bounces, and approaches with the serve. A little bit of a difficulty with a pass, so it comes as an overpass. And Haley Bruflat says, I like overpasses.
Absolutely. She was great ear to ear when she saw that thing came over, ready to rock and roll. Put a good swing on it. Point DSU.
22-13. Van Rooyen continuing from the service line. Nice serve again. Ever well played by the Vikings. They go to the left side. Tipped over there by Fuji, and eventually 4 hits are going to be called on the Trojans. So 22-14. Remember, we only go to 25. Now in for Valley City, and serving is Gracie Schumacher. She's a junior out of Lytton, North Dakota. Ball over, set by Langrock, and out of the left side again. That's Bruflat. She picks up her second kill. 23-14 is our score. Set number 1. And back with the serve now is Reagan Van Rooyen out of Dakota Dunes, or for the serve. And you know what? We have Haley really catching fire.
Yeah, absolutely. That outside hitter for the Trojans has been hot all night long. Doesn't matter who it's been, whether that's been Haley, whether it's been Sophie. They've been dominating all night.
Haley with the block, and serve goes long. This could be a comeback of the century, down 24-15 for Valley City, but it all begins with one serve, and that one serve is Hannah Weiland, a senior for the Valley City Vikings. She does her part, ball up, Langrock sets outside. That one was hit over by Bruflat. Left side, nice block in there by the Trojans. And picking up the kill is number 5, Ellie Lucas for Valley City. So that set is not over, 24-16.
Really good swing there by Lucas. She put a good swing on that ball and got the kill.
Weiland with the serve, set to the middle, and down for the kill for the Trojans. And that was Macy Wathen. And so the Trojans win set number 1, 25-16. If we look at this, Braxton, we were tied at 11. And from there, the Trojans said, we're going to go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it started there with Maddie Langrock's serves. She did a really good job of serving that Valley City defense really tough. Made a lot of tough passes, a lot of tough sets, which led to maybe some more hitting errors. And you can see the Trojans hit 379 to the Valley City's just .033.
And why don't you explain that hitting percentage, or did I put you on the spot?
No, absolutely. The hit percentage is the amount of kills to the amount of errors. So you look for that higher number with more kills than errors, and you're seeing the Trojans doing that with that .379 hitting percentage.
Very, very equivalent to a batting average is a good way to equate it. So that's the end of set number 1. Trojans winning 25-16. We're going to step aside for 1 minute, and then we'll be back to set the stage for set number 2. Back in 1 minute.
Each children will a big shout out to Madison Regional Hall for their sponsorship. Thank you, and go Trojans.
And welcome back. We have NAIA College Volleyball live streaming out of the Fieldhouse at Dakota State University in Madison, South Dakota. Tom Farrell, Braxton Locker with you, bringing you you the play-by-play. Set number 1 goes to the Trojans, 25-16. If you're watching the video stream and not just listening, you can see that the teams switch ends. A little different than a high school game where they stay on their same side, which was a result of COVID. College has switched, so now as you're watching this second set, it'll be the Dakota State Trojans on your left in the white jerseys, and on the right-hand side in the black jerseys are the visiting Vikings out of Valley City State. Good first set of both teams up to about 11, and then all of the sudden DSU caught fire, as you said, Braxton. Maddie Langrock serving really caused that fire to get lit and go.
Yeah, absolutely. A good set there by the Trojans. Kind of playing tough. Valley City was early, but pulling away were the Trojans late, largely due to their hitting and the attacks that they had.
And we're ready for set number 2, and that's Langrock with the serve. Played over on a free ball. Oh, and eventually out of the back row is Van Royen. Ball up again. Set. Nice hit, but that goes long. And a touch by the Vikings. We're seeing a lot of those tonight that they're reaching and just not making contact. So that keeps Maddie Langrock at the serve, and it's a 1-0 advantage for the Trojans in this second set. Ball is up, left-hand side, tipped over, well covered by Langrock there. And left side hit, that went long for Tristan Morris. So we're tied at 1, not uncommon to what we saw in that first set, where we were tied 6 different times to get to 11. Back with the serve now, Delaney Clark, a senior out of Bismarck, serving for the Vikings of Valley City. Serve comes over, up, Langrock sets to the middle. Kill in there by Lauren Cloth out of Brandon. She's a freshman, picks up her 6th kill.
And she can sure bring it. She hits right out of that middle, and she's not afraid to swing real hard right at people, and that's what she did right there. As you can see, already 6 kills into this early match.
Danica Witzel with the serve over and mishit as it hits the antenna. Scott Wagner, the line judge, certainly left no doubt as he waved that as an out of bounds. So we're 3-1 already. Dakota State in this second set lead the match 1-0. Soft serve, well played, however, by the Vikings. And killed over in there, brought up, kept in play, free ball, and just in the line. Breaks are going our way.
Yeah, absolutely, and a great touch there by our libero, Kay Van Ruin. She gets a touch on the ball, Maddie Langrock runs it down, and we catch a little luck there by getting the point.
4-1, Dakota State lead in the second set. Middle and well dug up. Nicely by Langrock. Hit and touched on the net, and picking up that kill off that left side is Bruflat. She's back up front. Tuttlon is no longer up front, so we're 5-1. Momentum certainly staying with the Trojans in this second set. Whoa, but quickly it could change as that's Morgan Frege, senior middle hitter from Edmore, North Dakota, picks up the kill. 5-2 is our score.
Yeah, I don't know if the people listening can see the sheer tall, lengthy frames that Valley City has. They're doing a really good job of utilizing those, both in the blocking and the attack.
Schumacher's serve, and that's going to be a point again. As the ball, I'm not sure whether it was blocked or whether it came off the ribbon. It doesn't matter. It was down on the court. So Valley City switching the momentum now, 5-3. Serve across by Schumacher. Ball, and oh, no doubt about that one by Tristan Morris. That's her 4th kill. I am so impressed with the Trojans continuing to hit hard.
Yeah, they continue to just aim high hands. They're getting touches that are rolling out of bounds. Good job by the attackers, but great job to Maddie Langrock, the setter.
All right, Reagan Van Royen with the serve. Ball and down, trying to keep it in play was Danica Witzel, but fell just in front of her, so we're 6-4 in our set number 2. Remember, the Trojans won that first set 25-16. Back with the serve now, J.C. Richter, their libero, ball over. Oh, service ace. We haven't seen many of those tonight.
No, both teams have been pretty good about passing the ball, but you see one there, and just shake it off and keep going if you're Tristan Mars.
So we're 6-5. Trojans lead in the second set. Next serve across in there by Richter. Ooh, a nice save, and out of that left side, Haley Bruflat. That's going to be her 7th kill of the evening. And we're only in set number 2 in there by Richter for the Trojans. 5 a nice for the Vikings, and back with the serve out of that left side. Megan Van Rooyen. Megan is a right-handed server, clears the net. Set tip up, Ryan Ryan, and again, Langrock takes it over, but well handled by the Vikings. And that's an overpass. Langrock picks up the kill. Not often does that setter get that opportunity.
No, but when they do, it's like cookie in a cookie jar, reaching down, and she did a good job of hitting it over and getting the kill.
8-5, Trojans lead in this second set. Reagan's serve is kept in play, over, set, left side. Bruflat gets blocked, and that goes out. Middle hit in there goes out of bounds, so that's a point again for the Trojans. Up by 4 in this second set, lead the match 1-0. And continuing to serve is Reagan Van Rooyen. Reagan, soft serve. Oh, well played. That's a hard thing to recover from, but the Vikings did it. Here we go, Vikings hit back deep. Great opportunity. Bruflat, and trying to keep it in play was Danica Witzel, but it goes off of her hand, out of bounds for the 6th point for the Vikings of Valley City, 9 for your Trojans.
Big block there by the middle hitter. She does a good job of redirecting it and down on the Trojan side.
Serve over by Valley City, brought up quickly. Langrock sets outside for the Trojans and hit deep. Up, Langrock. Oh, nice coverage by Langrock again off of that double block. And a double block again. Maddie Langrock setting up in there with Macy Watton and picking up the point.
How about a little bit of everything there for Maddie Langrock? Some digs, some sets, and then she ends it with a block with Watton there.
So back serving now for the Trojans is Sydney Watton. Left hand hit, nice block again, but that one didn't quite stay in. Same duo did the block, but it went out of bounds, so that'll be a Vikings point, 10-7. And back with the serve is Madden Bangenreef. She's a freshman out of Moorhead, Minnesota. Oh, she's got a good serve, well played out of there by the Trojans. Langrock sets back, and that's Tuttle with the hit and down for the kill. Sophie Tuttle picks up her 3rd kill of this match, and Trojans up by 4, 11-7.
Stay with the hot hand, continue to go to that left side.
Next serve over by the Trojans. Into the middle, ball up, Langrock set, and touched by number 12. That's another point, and picking up the kill, Lauren Cloth.
Tom, I don't think I'd want to be anywhere near reserving that, trying to receive that dig, or the kill.
We're lucky we're up this high, maybe. Here we are, Valley City with a nice attack, well defended. Outside, that's Tuttle, and just onto the line. Gives the Trojans their 13th point, 13-7. Set number 2, Trojans lead the match, 1-0.
And we're going to see something interesting here. Valley City's head coach, Michelle, got up right away, pulled the green card, wants a review.
So let's talk about this. This is new to college volleyball, the review process. So what will happen is the SID for Dakota State, Nick Huntemer, is the one in charge of reviews for volleyball. Second referee will come over by the Trojans, and they'll have an opportunity to look at that down the line. From our tremendously great vantage point, it was in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Maybe a little biasy, too, but, something cool that the Frontier League does is they provide you with a replay system for both, I think, almost every single sport that is replay eligible. So you see it in football, you see it in volleyball. But they do have cameras that are throughout the gym looking down the lines, looking down the tape. It's really great for college volleyball, but it's really great for the Frontier Conference as well.
Certainly speaks highly of the advantages of membership in a conference such as the Frontier Conference. The disadvantage from our broadcast perspective is we have no idea how long the review will take. It looks like it's over.
That's a quick one.
So Lori Thompson goes over, talks to, I'm assuming that is the head scorer there. I'm not sure who does what at the table. There are headsets that are used, and Valley City wins the challenge.
Yeah, good challenge there from the head coach. Something for viewers at home, similar to you'd see in football, but it's got to be conclusive evidence to overturn. So our down ref there had conclusive evidence, and she changed the call.
So that not only takes the point away, but takes the serve away from the Trojans. Langrock sets outside. That's Tuttle. And attempted block in there by Hagler and Lucas, but it does come down onto the Valley City side for the 13th point, and look who's back at the service line.
Let's make that run again.
It's Maddie Langrock, the senior setter. Left-handed server. That ball had a lot of spin on it, and that's going to go long on the hit by Macy Fridgen. And another point for the Dakota State Trojans, and credited to the serving of Maddie Langrock of Dakota State. Maddie's serve goes across, set to the middle, brought up. Maddie receives it, set in there by Van Roren, deep into the backcourt. Tap, great job in there by Daniel Hagler. She saw that open area and hits it down onto the court. So that'll be a point for the Valley City Vikings and the side out. And serving now is Delaney Clark. Clark serve, might have gone long, but played by Watton. Upside for Tuttle. Ball is up into the ceiling. Hit hard back, and what a kill. Macy Fridgen says we can hit hard too. And that picks up her third kill of this match. So 14-10. Valley City certainly staying around in this second set. Serve across in there by Clark. Nice dump by Langrock. Well played eventually by Valley City. Set to the middle. Blocked in there was the Cloth hit. Blocked was the hit by Morris, but it went out of bounds. So that'll be a 15-10 advantage Dakota State into set number 2. And back with the serve now for Dakota State is Danica Witzel. She's a freshman out of Baltic. Not sure what our delay is. We're getting it. We got blood or no blood, just sweat it looks like on the court.
Yeah, Tom, as we have a little break here, Valley City's setter, Madden Broganreef, has done a really good job of making some tough sets, right? Some balls that have been really tight to the net. She's got underneath, giving her hitters at least a chance.
All right, so Whittle serve after the wiping of the court. And that sometimes is a disadvantage to a server. You're hyped and ready to go, and then you have to stand and wait. And certainly that might have been part of the cause it went long. So that's a point in the side out for Valley City. And Gracie Schumacher out of Lytton, North Dakota has the serve. Well played. Langrock to the middle, and again, Lauren Cloth picks up the 9th kill of the evening, and it's 16-11 for the Trojans. And back with the serve, the libero, Kate Van Royen. Left-handed serve is over. Down to the left side, brought up. Langrock saves it, and Kate Van Royen free balls over. Valley City sets. Oh, nicely hit. Up left side, and ball goes long in there by Bruflat. Wanted touches, but no touches. Out of bounds. 12th point for Valley City. But the Trojans out of Dakota State have 16. And back with the serve, J.C. Richter, the libero for the Vikings. Serve is up. Langrock sets to the middle. Nice little touch across. Into the middle. Valley City says, I can do that too, by Fergie. And eventually ball out of that left-hand side brought down in there by Ellie Lucas for a 16-13 point for Valley City. And continuing to serve now is Richter. It's going to be a soft serve, well handled. Oh, right at too much, maybe close to the net. The save by Tristan Morris.
Real tight against the net there, but a good save and gave ourselves a chance. Again, getting a little bit lucky there, but we're making do as we lead 17-13.
So now we got Reagan Van Royen back at the service line. She's out of Dakota Valley, Dakota Dunes, and a right-handed serve. Ball brought up again by Witzel for Dakota State. Deep into the backcourt of the Vikings. Langrock sets to the backside and saved in there by Watton. All up. Oh, not much more Maddie could do but bring that over. Probably one of our longest rallies of the evening. And it ends with Haley Bruflat. Haley picking up her 8th kill of the evening. 18-13 is our score. We're in set number 2. It is the Dakota State Trojans over the Valley City Vikings in this set number 2. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds, back in 30.
For over 50 years, Rosebud Wood Products has been serving America's cabinetry needs. Family owned and operated, with employees who have been a part of the Rosebud family for decades. They're big enough to handle any job, yet small enough to make sure your project matters. Quality doesn't cost. It pays. So pay the Rosebud Factory and Showroom a visit today. Or visit us online at rosebudwood.com.
And welcome back to Dakota State University Fieldhouse on the Dakota State University campus, Madison, South Dakota. We have Frontier Conference Volleyball. Tom Farrell, Braxton Locker with the play-by-play. Braxton, we're in set number 2. 18-13, Trojan lead this match, 1-0.
Yeah, good job here by the Trojans again, kind of pulling away as we get towards the middle to later end of the set. Let's just hope they continue to do what they did in the first set. Continue pulling away for that 25-point victory.
Both teams, though, credit to both teams, hitting hard. Even though Valley City's had some things that haven't gone their way, they keep certainly hitting hard. So, back with the serve now is Sydney Watton. No, I'm sorry, that's Reagan Van Royen with the serve. Nice block at the net by the Trojans. Left side tip, and it goes over. We need a little taller blocker on that one as it went above, and maybe Maddie was just a titch bit late as it goes off of her fingers and out for the side out point for Valley City.
Yeah, for sure. That's the disadvantage of having your setter play the front row, playing all 6 rotations around. But if there's anyone that can do it, it's Maddie Langrock.
Here we go. Maddie sets outside, and again, Maddie Langrock picks up a great pass, takes advantage of it. Haley Bruflat and picks up the kill. We're 19-14. And no, I wasn't born yet, Braxton, okay? Here we are, back with the serve. Haley Bruflat with that serve. Set to the middle. Valley City dug out well, however, by the back defensive row. for the Trojans. Another one high, up, taken over eventually by Tuttle. Another good rally. Langrock sets to the middle, down with the kill. A tremendous job through that rally and everything, and that's Macy Watton, the junior from Rapid City. 20-14, Dakota State lead. And Sydney Watton with the serve. Valley City hits the Scott Wagner's feet, which means it's out of bounds. So that is a 21-14 advantage. Trojans leading the match 1-0. Serve across in there by Sydney Watton. Set into the middle, tapped over. Nice job, great court awareness by Daniel Hagler, and picks up the 15th point for the Valley City Vikings. 21-15, we need a ball in, and it's coming right now for the server, Madden Bangenreef. Bangenreef serve, comes across, passed up well, Langrock back sets that one. Well played by Valley City. Could have been real easy to quit on that one. And Langrock to Sophie Tuttle. Sophie should pick up her 6th kill, and we're 22-15 in the second set. Side out for the Trojans. And back with the serve is Macy Watton. Watton serve comes across. Set left side for Valley City. Passed up well. Langrock tips it up and over, and eventually Langrock hits another. She's going to have a lot of kills tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That front row is dangerous no matter who's in there right now. They are getting a lot of kills, putting a lot of balls down. Even our setter is getting some kills.
Valley City. So we're at 23-15. We are in set number 2. The Trojans lead the match 1-0. And we're going to step aside for 30 seconds, back in 30.
Premier Bank Free Plus Checking gives you the freedom to experience life, to enjoy the things you love, and to breeze through checkout lines with free mobile wallet features. Bank anywhere you want with online account opening and instant issue debit cards. Feel the freedom of no fees, no minimum balances, and no unpleasant surprises. First Premier Bank Free Plus Checking. Apply online or at any branch location.
And welcome back.
Bank,
we are at the Dakota State University Fieldhouse on the DSU campus. This is Frontier College Volleyball. The Dakota State University Trojans against the Valley City Vikings. We are in set number 2. The Trojans lead the set 23-15 and lead the match 1-0. Substitution now coming in for the Trojans to serve is number 14, Lillian Weber, a senior out of Rock Valley, Iowa. Serve is in, nicely blocked by the Trojans. Ball up. It's going to be an overpass. And down off of the overpass was Hagler, picking up the block. So 23-16. Weber takes a seat. Valley City has the serve. Serve was over in there by Jornby. And right side hit, not a left side that time. Lauren Cloth picks up her 8th kill of the evening. And this is set point for the Trojans, 24-16. And who would you rather have at the service line? Maddie Langrock.
I wouldn't want anybody else.
And Maddie's serve kept in play nicely by the Vikings. Back to Maddie. She tries to pass it up, and the look on her face as she had to straddle down is, oh, wow.
Yeah, big swing there by the Vikings to score their 17th point of the match.
So Delaney Clark now back with the serve for the Vikings. Set outside, and Sophie Tuttle picks up the kill, and that gives the Trojans the 25-16 match or set win. Holy mackerel, be easy to remember set scores, Matt, here, Braxton. 25-16, 25-16. Again, that second set, we had only one tie, and that was at one apiece. Trojans did manage to maintain the lead the entire way on that second set. First set was a different story, kind of like we had to get the cobwebs out.
Yeah, absolutely, and we turned on the burners.
And they're burning as Dakota State now one set away from taking this Frontier Conference match against their foes from the North Star, the Valley City Vikings. So we're going to step away for 1 minute. We'll be back in 1 minute, resetting the scene for this third and what could be final set. Back in 1 minute. Well, and welcome back. This is Frontier Conference College Volleyball, NAIA variety. We are at the Dakota State University Fieldhouse on the DSU campus. Dakota State University Volleyball leads Valley City State University Vikings 2-0. Braxton, some thoughts on those first two sets?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams did a really good job of coming out hot in that second set, ready to play, but you can just see the continued attack of our offense. Didn't matter who was in the front row, all 6 of them that were there did a really good job of getting kills. Valley City did a really good job, though, of managing in that second set the storms. They weathered them. They did a little bit better, but they're continuing to hopefully improve and continue lessening the errors that they had. So I think if it comes down to anything in this third set, it's going to come down to who makes the most errors. And overall, if the Trojans make less, I see them winning this third set.
So I misspoke. It was 25-17, not 25-16. So Trojans win the first one 25-16, second 25-17. And we're ready to get underway in our third set. And back with the service, J.C. Richter. Right-hand side on your screen. White, Dakota State. Up to Langrock, set to the middle, and Lauren Cloth picks up her 10th kill. She's into double digits. Trojans pick up the point, the side out. And back to serve now is Danica Witzel. She's a freshman out of Baltic. Right-handed serve, well served, however well played. Left side hit, and that goes long in there by Frigden for a Trojan point, 2-0.
Great awareness there by Kate Van Ruin to just step out of the way. She just got out of the way and went out of bounds.
Serve across in there again by Wetzel into the middle. Deep, Wetzel brings it up, but Van Rooyen is right there. And a little soft hit. Haley Bruflat couldn't do more than top it, but a double block set on the right side of the Valley City brings it down onto the Trojan court. So it's a 2-1 advantage Dakota State, and back serving now is Delaney Clark for Valley City. Ball is up, back set, well played defensively in there by Valley City's Borgenroth. Valley City back on the attack, dug up well by Van Rooyen, left side. Kept in play well, however, by Valley City. And that goes out of bounds as Macy Frigden hits just outside the line 3-1 is our score in this third and what could be deciding set. Kate Van Roeren is the server for the Trojans on the side out. Serve comes over, nice serve, however well played, eventually free balled over by Bogenreef. Nice hit by the Trojans, however well played defensively by Valley City. Into the middle, defense up, Valley City double block in there by the Trojans. Whoa, dug up nicely by Van Roeren. Left side, that's going to be an overpass. And down with Macy Watton, and that picks up, or should be her third kill. Probably a block, not a kill. So that's a 4-1 advantage, Dakota State. And continuing to serve is the libero for Dakota State. That's Kate Van Roeren. Set, tip over, ball up. Nice little shoot set over by Langrock deep into the backcourt. Frigdom hits it. Nice job retentively by Dakota State. Left hand hit brought up nicely by Richter. And a tip over, but goes out of bounds in there. That's by Morgan Frigi. And it's a 5-1 advantage, Dakota State, in this third set. Trojans lead the match 2-0. Kate Van Roeren back with the serve. It's a very soft serve, well played in there by Bogenreef. Tapped over, kept in play. It's going to be hit deep into the backcourt. Langrock sets left, well blocked in there by Valley City. And eventually tipped over in there by Emma Lucas to pick up the point. Great battle at the net on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Valley City's doing a great job of now sliding to that the outside hitters. They're doing a good job of getting their blockers out there. You're seeing more of those tough touches that are getting that ball to pop up. I'm curious to see if the Trojans will make an adjustment, start going to our right side a little bit more, maybe getting some more kills from that side.
So we're 5-2 in this third set. Valley City's serve is played up by Dakota State, and guess what? Number 8, Haley Bruflat, the junior out of Sioux Falls, picks up her 9th kill. So points side out. 6-2 is our advantage for the Trojans in this set. Lead the match 2-0. Serve comes over. That's Reagan Van Roeren. And must have been a touch in there. Deep sweep in there by Macy Watton. Good coverage in there by the libero. Tip over. Free ball eventually by Clark for Valley City. Back set and down with the kill. And that's Macy Watton picks up third kill.
And a timeout here by Valley City is they're going to have to try and slow this run down. Trojans are out to an early lead.
So we'll step aside for 30 seconds in this third set. 7-2 advantage, Dakota State. And welcome back to the Dakota State University Fieldhouse, where we have Frontier Conference Volleyball tonight, Dakota State and Valley City State. Dakota State enjoying a 2-0 set lead and a 7-2 lead in this third and what could be deciding set. Back with the serve is Reagan Van Roeren for Dakota State. Receives a signal for serve. Brought up by Murphy out of the back, and that's going to go long. Just tap that goes astray. So 8-2 momentum certainly in favor right now of Dakota State. Valley City brings in Rosie Anderson, a right side hitter, to see if they can break some of the momentum. Van Royen's serve up, set in there nicely by Shoemaker, and that little change made a difference in the point and the side out. So it's an 8-3 advantage in this third set. Back serving now is Hannah Weiland. Hannah is a senior defensive specialist. 3 deep serve receivers for Dakota State. Van Royen brings it right up to Langrock. Van Royen back to Langrock. She tries the other side. Block set in there. Looked like it's Morgan Frege, the outside blocker, took it out of bounds. So 9-3 is our score in this third set. Substitution in Sydney Watton now playing that back row. She's a freshman out of Rapid City. Right-handed server. Delivers. Oh!
Sneak it in there by the skinny of her teeth.
Everybody thought it was long, but it came in, dropped in for the ace. Not many of those tonight for either team. And we're at a 10-3 advantage in set number 3. Let's do it the other way. Instead of going long, she brings it over the ribbon and down. I remember the days when that would have been no good because it hit the net.
Right.
But now, let's serves are playable. 11-3. Next serve, lots of mustard on that one. And up and down, Sophie Tuttle. Momentum, you can hear it running right now for the Trojans.
How about that? Freshman comes into the game, and you know what? She's been dominating. Sydney Watton.
Another nice serve, and let's take an overpass. And down, Macy Watton with the down on that one. We're 13-3. And this is where, if you're Valley City, you've got to figure some way to stop this momentum that's rolling in favor of the Trojans. Set right side, and that'll do it. Nice right side hit by Morgan Frege. Breaks the momentum, gives the side out. Now we'll see what the Vikings can do as they pick up the side out and the serve. And Annika Polju back to serve. Annika's a right-handed server. It's a nice serve, however, right up to Langrock, and again, Tuttle just catches that back corner. I cannot believe, Braxton, the way that the Trojans have hit those back corners tonight.
Yeah, they've been aiming really well, and it started, again, we talked about all night, good passes and good sets, but great job by all of our hitters.
Weber back into serve for the Trojans. Her serve is good, and it goes out of bounds. Langrock stretched, but it couldn't get to reverse the movement of the ball. So that'll be a Valley City point, 14-5. And back with the serve is going to be number 22, Madden Bogenroif, one of their freshmen out of Moorhead. Serve comes over, passed up by Van Royen, outside, hit down by Tuttle. Left side hit, and that goes outside the antenna. So that will be a 15-5 advantage for the Trojans. Maddie Langrock, we'll see if her magic continues with this rotation on the serve. Substitutions in, Eden Carrier, junior outside hitter, in now playing the right side for the Valley City Vikings. And that goes out of bounds, and that'll be the 16th point for the Trojans. 16-5, Langrock continues with the serve.
It is great having Maddie Langrock in the back row like that, because I'll tell you what, 3 of our best hitters are in the front row, and they get to swing away all night long. And it makes it really hard on Valley City. You don't know where to block. It's tough. You rotate late, and we're getting a lot of kills out of it.
And, of course, that's the advantage of running that 5-1 offense, is you always get through a portion of that get an opportunity to have that setter, at least for 3 hitters, hit the setting to the full complement of hitters. We have another review going of Valley City challenge, whether that one down along the left side was in or out. Let's take a look at some other things that are coming up here. We've talked about the cross country, and I did hear that has been moved up because of heat. They're going to start at 9:30 instead of at 10:15. Some other things, of course, we're back here tomorrow night. We have Mayville coming in, and the Valley City Vikings will journey down to Omaha area where they'll be playing Bellevue. And then a week from tonight is the big pink night for Dakota State Volleyball, and they will be playing Bellevue, number 8 ranked. That is their travel partner. When they travel north and west, that's who they travel with and switch off opponents. DSU soccer, new this year, women's soccer continues their action Saturday afternoon as they go down to Bellevue in their only conference contest of the season. The match is going to be at Renner Dennis Outdoor Athletic Complex in Bellevue, Nebraska, and that one will start at 3 o'clock. The DSU JV Volleyball is going to have a match on Tuesday evening here at home, and that will be playing the JVs out of Morningside University. Don't forget to download your Frontier Conference app and your DSU Trojan app to follow the athletics, and be sure you go out to that DSU website because that's where you can watch the video. You can pick up the live statistics for all DSU activities. Looks like Lori Thompson, the second referee, has reached a decision, and the point goes to Valley City. They're 2-0 on their challenges, so the point comes away from the Trojans, goes to Valley City. So we're 15-6. We'll see if that's enough to give the Vikings a little bit more momentum in this third set. Back to serve is J.C. Richter. Serve is up. Langrock left, partially blocked. Well played. Good action at the net. Valley City to the backside. And we got a double block set up in there by Tuttle and Cloth for the block and the point. 16-6 now is our score. Back serving is Danica Witzel, that freshman out of Baltic, South Dakota. Her serve goes over, well played. And no doubt about that one, hitting from the middle, Daniel Hagler. She picks up her 8th kill of the match and picks up the 7th point of this set for the Valley City Vikings. Back serving now is Delaney Clark. She's a right-handed server out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Langrock sets taken over quickly by Morris for Dakota State. Brought over by Lucas for Valley City. And down and off of the touches, picking up the kill, is Haley Bruflat. That's her 10th kill of the evening. 17-7, 10-point advantage. Dakota State and Kate Van Royen, the libero in the dark jersey, with the serve. Ball is up, set, left side, and that, talk about rolling along and coming down. That was a nice job in there by Macy Friedgen to pick up the point and the side out for the Vikings. Back serving now for the Vikings is Gracie Shoemaker. Gracie is a left-handed server even. Ball up, outside, and well played in there by Richter to keep it in play. Oh my goodness, line judge Brooke Albertson takes that one right in the face. Loses her glass, actually probably broke her glasses. Okay, she gives the thumbs up. The crowd gives her a good hand. Not much you can do as you're standing there as a line judge.
Nope, you just got to kind of stand there and take it. And unfortunately, some of those come so quick that it's really tough. Tough job to do, though.
Very definitely. So 17-9, they pick up the point on that one. Oh, all right. And Ryan is there, and the Trojans keep it in play off the rafters. Nice dig out of the back in there by Wetzel. And look at that.
Good hustle plays there by the Trojans, both by number 1 Wetzel, as well as Kate Van Ruin, just hustling around in that back row and getting that point for the Trojans.
And eventually, point goes in favor of Dakota State as the ball gets passed under the net. So we're in our third set, 18 for the Trojans, 9 for the visiting Valley City Vikings. And we're going to step aside for 30 seconds, back in 30.
For over 50 years, Rosebud Wood Products has been serving America's cabinetry needs. Family-owned and operated, with employees who have been a part of the Rosebud family for decades. They're big enough to handle any job, yet small enough to make sure your project matters. Quality doesn't cost. It pays. So pay the Rosebud Factory and Showroom a visit today. Or visit us online at rosebudwood.com.
The Dakota State Trojans hosting the Vikings of Valley City. Dakota State leads this match 2-0 and leads in this third set by an 18-9 advantage. Valley City took their first timeout. Well, I think they've used 2 of those now with the challenge. So they have no timeouts remaining. Back is Reagan Van Royen with the serve. And tapped up. Van Royen brings it up, and Langrock thought she was going to dump that one. And middle hitter Morgan Frigi says, no, you're not, and brings it right back down on the Trojan side.
A little joust there for both of them, and the taller Valley City Viking got the advantage there.
18-10 is our score. Serve across in there by Weiland for Valley City. Nice little tap over by the Trojans. Dug up nicely by Van Royen, the libero. Van Royen keeps it in play. Here we go, left side. Set middle, and blocked back quickly by the Trojans. And blocked, double block, set there by Macy Watt and Haley Bruflat, but it does go out of bounds. So Valley City, after the timeout, certainly not done for the night as they pick up their 11th point in this third set. And Hannah Weiland with the serve. Left side hit, partially blocked, well defended, however, by the Vikings. Backside hit in there by Anderson for Valley City. And a hitting error in there, one of the few tonight for the Trojans, Haley Bruflat. And we've got substitutions. Oh, no, it wasn't a hitting error.
I think we're in the net there.
There's no point change.
Oh.
Yeah, there is. And I don't understand this. We got the serve some way, but we didn't seem to get a point. So it's 19-12. There they finally gave us the point.
There we go, yep.
19-12, and again, hitting from that left side. A nice job in there by Sophie Tuttle, the sophomore out of Dakota Valley and North Sioux City, South Dakota. So we're 20-11 is where we're at in this set, the third set. Taken deep, Van Royen brings it right up and into the middle. Nice. And with the kill, Macy Watton, junior middle hitter out of Rapid City, picks up the 21st point, and it's 21-11. Back with the serve now is Sydney Watton, the freshman out of Rapid City. Nice serve, ever well played by Valley City. Double block, kill in there eventually by Morgan Frigi. And it's a 21-12 advantage for the Trojans. And back with the serve and smiling, waiting for the ball in was Annika Polji. Serve comes across, just cleared the net.
Nice dig.
And left side, Sophie Tuttle picks up her 10th kill. And we're 22-12. Trojans 3 points away from sweeping this third set and the match.
In comes a dangerous front row, highlighted by Lauren Cloth, who's hitting .833 in the game, folks.
Oh, and Weber comes in off the bench, has the service error, so we're 22-13. Weber does take a seat and brings back into the back row Macy Watton. 22-13, we're set number 3. Trojans have a 2-0 set lead. And number 22, Madden Bangrel, does the serve. Nice hit in there by Cloth. And goes long. Valley City looking for a touch, but there was none. 23-13. Trojans with the lead both in this set and in the match. And back with the serve, Macy Watton. Watton's serve is up, partially blocked, and it goes out of bounds. Nice job in there. Hitting hard was Danielle Hagler. She picks up her 9th kill of the evening, and it's 23-14.
She's been playing well all night, Danielle, out of that middle front.
J.C. Richter with the serves and a little dump. Why not? Maddie Langrock picks up the point. We are at set match point right now, 24-14, and Danica Witzel back with the opportunity with the serve. Witzel serve deep into the backcourt. Set on the left side, dug up well by Van Roren. And double block. What a job defensively there by the Vikings. Lucas and Hagler bring it back. They are not giving it the points anyway yet. 24-15. Vikings have the serve, and back with the serve is Delaney Clark. Set to the middle, and net violation. So the Trojans on the net violation pick up the 25th point in the third set. And so they sweep in this conference match. The Valley City Vikings winning 25-16, 25-17, and 25-15.
Very good night for the Trojans tonight. Tom, I'll take you through a little bit of the stats here. Big difference in this is obviously going to be the hitting percentage. Dakota State University hit .333 versus Valley City's .101. So a big difference there. You know, a total in attacks, they're very, very similar. Just more errors for the Vikings that lead to a lower hitting percentage. DSU converted a lot more on those opportunities. As far as digs, pretty evenly matched, 49-45, advantage the Trojans. And blocks, the Valley City actually led in overall blocks, 5 total to our 4. As far as blocking errors, 6 to the Vikings, 1 to the Trojans. Again, that adds into the overall effort that led to the Trojans' 3-0 victory. Some individual stats here for the Valley City Vikings. Their leader in kills was Danielle Hagler. She had 9 kills on one error, 20 total attacks for a hitting percentage of .4. For the Trojans, Haley Bruflat and Lauren Cloth led us both with 11 kills. Big difference, Lauren Cloth, 786 on the night. 786, that's hard to do, Tom.
That may well be a school record.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can get much better than that. She played fantastic. Sophie Tuttle had 10. Macy Wathen had 7. Tristan Morris, 6. Maddie Langrock, the setter, had 4. She was a difference tonight. Also, with all of her 36 assists. For Diggs, Kate Van Ruin, 16 on the night. Reagan was 7. 9 by Danica Wetzel. She played really well tonight when she was in as well.
So definitely a team victory for the Trojans as we, didn't seem to matter who was in the front line, didn't matter who was left, who was right, or who was center. The Trojans were able to definitely pick up tonight. Very, very impressive three-set win, winning again by scores of 25-16, 25-17, and 25-15. As we said, Valley City next goes down and plays number 8, Bellevue, Nebraska, just outside of the Omaha area. And then they have their road trip out to Montana Tech and Montana Western on the 10th and 11th of October. Then they play their travel partner, Mayville, on the 15th. And then they get the opportunity on the 17th to go find out what Providence looks like as the Providence team comes into Valley City. Dakota State on a 5-match home string. This is number 1 tonight against Valley City. Then tomorrow night we have the Mayville Comets coming to town. Then next Wednesday night is Bellevue. And then the 10th and 11th, so we got a busy time here. It's Bismarck State and Dickinson State. Bismarck on the 10th, Dickinson on the 11th. Then a very, very interesting road trip for Trojan Volleyball. On the 19th, they're in Billings playing Rocky Mountain. On the 20th, they're in Helena playing Carroll. On the 22nd, they're in Butte playing Montana Tech. And on the 23rd, they're in Dillon, Montana, playing Montana Western.
That is a gauntlet of a final schedule there for the Trojans. All in Montana, all in the span of 1 week. A lot of travel time, but an opportunity to really show what you're made of.
Very definitely. So, recapping tonight, only a varsity match in this conference, Frontier Conference match, and it was Dakota State with the sweep tonight in 3 sets, 25-16, 25-17, and 25-15. So that raises the Dakota State record now to a 10-5 on the season and 6-4 in the conference. It drops Valley City to 6-9 on the season and 4-6 in the conference. As we said, these two teams met twice last year, with the winner being the home set. Dakota State will have an opportunity later in the season to go out to Valley City and see how that all ends up. But it was all Trojans tonight after we had passed that 11 tie in set number 1. Final thoughts, Braxton?
I just think an overall really good game from both sides, but got to highlight especially the Trojans. What an awesome victory, 3-set victory. End the night quick, rest up, get ready for tomorrow night. Should be a great opportunity to show who we are against that Mayville team.
So we certainly want to thank our technical crew for doing the live stream tonight. We want to thank the sponsors. And Braxton, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Don't forget to join us tomorrow night. We have a 6 p.m. start again against the Mayville Comets. Pre-game show about 5:40. For Dakota State University Athletic Department and especially the women's volleyball program, this is Tom Farrell thanking you for joining us this evening and wishing you an enjoyable good evening and good night.
At Dakota State University, we are rising. Rising to shape the future by solving the most critical challenges across technology, security, and sustainability for the betterment of humanity. Rising to meet critical workforce needs with cyber-savvy graduates who never stop learning. Rising to master the technologies of tomorrow in computer science, cybersecurity, data science, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. Rising to lead the way as a nationally renowned STEM university, shaping a more advanced and secure future for all.
This is the DS Universe, a place where your world is what you make it, where your next chapter is written by you. And